And what is a swastika doing on one of your children's favorite puzzles? This is Hard Copy, January 29th, 1990.
Hi, I'm Alan Frio.
And I'm Terry Murphy. They say a man never stands so tall as when he stoops to help a child. And this weekend, I learned just how true that is. Life dealt a cruel blow to young David Rothenberg. You remember David. He's the boy who was horribly burned 6 years ago when his father deliberately set him on fire. When David's father was paroled from prison last week, David once again became the focus of media attention. The reporters questioned David over and over about his feelings toward his father, sometimes seeming to forget that they were talking to a 13-year-old who just wants to put the past behind him, if only everyone would let him. So after the shouts of all the other reporters died down, Hard Copy asked David one more question. If you could meet anybody in the world, who would it be? David didn't hesitate for a second. He wanted to meet legendary basketball superstar Michael Jordan. So this weekend, David and I went to Chicago. And it turns out the admiration is mutual because Michael Jordan is also a big fan of David Rothenberg. A basketball in the hands of a kid in love with the game. A kid who would give anything to be at center court.
I've seen him play. And he did this big Air Jordan like that, you know, like he always does.
This is the same little boy who was not supposed to survive what many believe is probably the most horrific crime ever committed against a child.
I can make a basket with my eyes closed.
But today, David is most preoccupied with his love for basketball and this growth chart, a life-size poster of his idol, Michael Jordan.
When I get out of high school, I want to get a basketball scholarship to one of the universities.
Besides meeting his idol, what David wants most is to be just another kid. 6 years ago, this was David Rothenberg, a happy 7-year-old who loved sports, but like any kid, loved his dad more. One weekend in 1983, his father said they were going to Disneyland, but instead took David to this motel. Just before midnight on the night of March 3rd, Charles Rothenberg waited for his son to fall asleep. He then soaked the bed with kerosene, lit a match, and ran. Rothenberg later said he did it to hurt his ex-wife.
I took him to be a very manipulative and deceitful person, but I did not imagine him to be violent, and I would never have imagined that he would hurt David.
David was severely burned over 90% of his body. Doctors said it was both a miracle and his pure determination to live which kept him alive. He has since undergone more than 100 painful operations.
He went in for a very minor surgery, and during that surgery, something went wrong, and they had to do a code blue on David, and they had to do CPR on him, and when he returned, he was in a coma for about 6 weeks, and he had to be retaught. He couldn't see, he couldn't speak.
In 1983, Charles Rothenberg pleaded guilty to attempted murder and arson and was sentenced to 13 years in prison. Only days ago, because of an old California state law that has since been repealed, Charles Rothenberg was released from prison after serving only 6.5 years behind bars. His freedom has brought a new sense of fear into the life of his son.
Charles doesn't understand very well. He still thinks I want to see him. So, you know, I keep on having to like do this because he doesn't understand that, you know, I don't consider him as dad anymore.
It's so hard to imagine the pain and suffering David has endured. So when Hard Copy learned that David had a long-standing wish to meet his idol, Michael Jordan, we contacted the Michael Jordan Foundation, who became just as excited as we were about making this young boy's world just a bit brighter. On the the flight from L.A. to Chicago, about the only things David talked about were basketball and Michael Jordan. Once we landed, David was ecstatic, and for the first time I saw signs of a smile breaking out all over his face. Upon arrival at the hotel, David rushed ahead, not knowing that a surprise was waiting in his room.
Look at this.
Oh, he signed it and everything.
Look at all this stuff.
Yeah. Is this the poster you have at home?
No.
Is that one to play with or to kind of put on the shelf?
Oh, look, they made this. Oh, look. Dear David, welcome to Chicago. I hope you had an enjoyable flight and are getting ready to have a great time at the game. I hear that you're a big fan of mine of the Chicago Bulls. I hope you enjoy it and close ball. See you tonight. Your friend, Michael Jordan.
By now, it was almost game time, but David was not about to leave without his new Air Jordans. Your man said,
Are you Michael Jordan's friend?
we were pretty impressed by that. And finally, the moment he had wished for, he was now face to face with Michael Jordan.
I was waiting for you. What took you so long?
I don't know.
Flight?
Yeah.
You got your shoes on, man. You should have flew with them. Have a seat.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
Looking forward to the game?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to try to do what we can to make your trip worthwhile. We're going to try to win. I hope.
Yeah.
You going to be cheering for us?
Yeah.
All right. I'm listening for you. You brought a lot of people here with you today. I don't think I get this much attention.
After meeting some of the fellows, Michael gave David one of his own size 13 sneakers. Do you have any idea how happy you've made him?
I hope I do. I hope I changed a lot of things and made him smile. Just to see him smile is a blessing within itself. And, we're going to try to stay in contact.
Notwithstanding all the pain and torment this little boy has suffered, at this moment in time, David is just like any other 13-year-old boy at a basketball game. With one exception, though, he's got a new friend named Michael Jordan, and tonight, he's one of the boys.
May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong, and may you
My lasting impression of this weekend with David is what a neat kid he is and how patiently he has dealt with the glare of the media spotlight. But out of that spotlight, he's a lot like any other teenager. His great loves are his girlfriend, music, and basketball. He told me that meeting Michael Jordan was the greatest thing that ever happened to him. David spent part of last week, incidentally, getting measured for a tuxedo for the big spring dance. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he ends up wearing his brand new black Air Jordans with his tux. Have fun, David. Yeah.
Party of the year that we get a bunch of kids together that don't get a chance to celebrate, the holidays like everybody else might have an opportunity to bring them out here, meet the players, get some goodies, have some fun. Good afternoon, Nat. Have some fun.
This is nice that every player is here. I think it's important for these kids.
Autographs with the players. We gave them a goodie bag. We had McDonald's donate hamburgers, so they're going to go home with full stomachs and happy faces.
Well, we're lucky to have them here, really. It brings joy to our hearts and it brings a smile on our faces as well as theirs to give something back to the kids.
This is nice for the kids, something that they don't normally get during the holiday season.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids we see right outside the stadium because they're from the Horner homes right across the street. So it's a nice little time. They get a few gifts, some basketballs, hats, and we get to spend a little time with them. So yeah, it's a great time of year to do something like this.
I think they make me smile a lot, and to see them have some enjoyment in their lives, and their lives are very difficult, and they deal very different than what I go through and a lot of other kids go through, and if we can just for one day give some time to them and make them smile like we smile practically all the time, it means a lot to everybody.
It's nice to do your part for these kids.
Well, no question about it. You remember way back when you were their age, and you weren't fortunate or didn't have the opportunity to meet the people that you watched on TV, and it's just good to see that, a lot of times they sit in front of TV and watch you play, and now they have a chance to meet you.
We've been doing this ever since I've been with the Bulls, going on my 5th year, and it's, the kids really enjoy it. As you can see, once they get their autographs, they're definitely full of energy, and they like to play. So, unfortunately, we've already practiced, and we have a lot of guys that are already out of energy. That's why we're eating.
It's just fun just to see the smiles on the little kid's face, because I once was a kid, and to have the opportunity to meet guys like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Rodney McCray, John Paxson, and Bill Cartwright, just light their eyes up. And this is part of Christmas, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
And they get to meet Corey Williams.
Oh, yeah. Some of them, I don't think quite as many know my name. They're like, who are you? Oh, you play? Yeah, so, but it's all fun, and I just thank God for everything.
What a great party. 120 kids, ate to their heart's content, got all the autographs they needed, and met Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and all the Bulls players. When we return, Tom Dorr, Johnny Redker will wrap up Bulls Beats.
Property. Say they want to give something back to the city and the fans who've supported the team over the years. Bulls officials today presented the Chicago Park District with a check for $1 million, the money to go to the renovation of 129 neighborhood basketball courts. Mayor Daley took the occasion to prove he's a pretty good outside shooter.
Still to come on the news tonight, new and better contraceptives. Tonight, a group comes out firing about why they're not available.
Also, is your risk of getting cancer higher on the south side of Chicago? A new study has some answers.
And in sports, Mike Ditka loosens up with his old friend Dan Reeves.
Enough, but they had their hands full during the day. Corey McFerrin is coming up next in sports.
That's next.
Later on The Tonight Show, what Jay won't do for the sake of art.
Yes, that's it. I see it. Yes.
But will Mark...
Acceptable level to him.
No. Thinks that he's not superhuman.
Really?
Close, though.
Close. Yeah, sure. Michael. He's everybody's hero now. Well, yes, it's a fact. One day after he blows a chance to work another game-saving miracle against Cleveland, get this, people still actually want Michael Jordan's autograph. Go figure, right? Well, Mike pumping him out on the Jordan assembly line. Got a quick signature there. Yesterday, a chance to win it at the buzzer. Michael puts it up. Not this time, pal. But we flash back, and Michael has proven this year he's still got the goods. He nails the game winner versus Atlanta. And then against the Knicks, Jordan pumps in 55, and all he has to do now is get that mental rhythm back.
Separates, the good players from the great players.
He joined in with his teammates as they took some time to sign things for charities. Phil Jackson's golden retriever, Bo, caused quite a commotion, breaking up an interview session when he had, shall we say, an accident right on the floor, and that put the coach on cleanup detail.
Holy cow, changing diapers this morning.
Saturday night, he's broken just about every record in the books, so why not go for Wiltz? Mark Shanowski on Michael's Ultimate Challenge.
On a day when the Bulls took time out to make some fans' Christmas gift dreams a reality, the talk turned to what would be an NBA player's dream game, matching Wilt Chamberlain's feat of scoring 100 points. But Michael Jordan says that was a whole different era.
I can imagine that. I mean, 7'2", everyone else 6'6", 6'7", in the paint, laying up. Yeah, it doesn't take that much energy. I mean, for a smaller guy like myself and in the game of defense the way it is today, I mean, I don't think anyone can score 100, not even Wilt.
Tex was kidding the other day and say, I'm going to ask Phil to take that, the offense off and just,
Oh, thanks. Give me 2 cards, because I'm going to write my number on one of them.
I saw your golf tournament. Dave? I think you would get one. Good. Sure.
We have to have a few.
Okay.
You don't need to shoot cut up.
All right, coming up in 3, 2, you guys can talk. I mean, this is fun. Let's have fun. Be loud, whatever. 3, 2, 1. Welcome inside the Chicago Bulls locker room. I'm Mark Pinsky. You've been watching On the Air with Mike North. Coming up right now is New Sport Tonight here with Leslie Hyman. The Chicago Bulls will have a charity on April 12th at the Moody Bible Institute for Charitables, and that should be a fun auction with all the Bulls fans.
It'll be amazing. It'll be really fun.
All right, John, I need you over here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome inside the Chicago Bulls locker room. You've been watching On the Air with Mike North. Coming up right now is New Sport Tonight. On April 12th at the Moody Bible Institute, the Bulls will have a charity auction to benefit Charitables and Leslie Hyman. This should be fun with all the Bulls fans there.
It should be so much fun. Bulls fans are hilarious and wonderful, and they're great.
The Bulls auction.
In a Saab 900 5-door, you could take.
To extend the breeding program, further boosting international efforts to save the rare animal. They are just adorable.
But dangerous.
Right. Well, you notice the cage, right? As long as the bars are up there, we're okay.
It's 6:20. When we come back, we're going to have a traffic update on your morning rush hour. And also, the stars of an afternoon soap classic help kick off a new Suburban Planet Hollywood store.
Hey, I know them. And a preview of a big auction of Bulls memorabilia. A live report next. Of classic soap opera episodes. The half-hour show spotlights the shows from 1970 to 1992 are running each morning at 11 for the next 3 weeks, seen right here on ABC 7.
Oh, it's just not aging at all. It looks the same as I remember growing up.
I know.
Anyway,
it's
right
amazing.
Now, that's the magic of soap operas.
That's right, the magic of television.
It's 24 after, and it might be hard to believe, but this weekend the Chicago Bulls will auction off a sizable portion of its championship legacy, going to the highest bidder.
Everything from Bulls' original championship banners to autographed Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen jerseys will be on the block, and it's all in the name of charity. Joining us this morning is Krista Johnson, spokesperson for Leslie Hyman Auctioneers. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning. Actually, it's Krista.
I'm sorry. That's right. It was
Krista.
Krista.
Whole gallery.
That's right. Just take it right over. So now tell me what's going to be going on today and what might we see in terms of Bulls memorabilia?
Well, we're actually having the auction on April 12th at the Solheim Center, which is the auditorium for the Moody Bible Institute. I believe the address is 930 North Wells. The exhibition, which is like a preview where everyone can come in and kind of look through what's going to be at auction, will be open from 11 to 1.
Okay, Krista, we're gonna come back to you. We're gonna work on that audio so we can hear you a little bit better. So we'll check in with you a little bit later in the show.
Because you got some good stuff to tell us about.
We want to hear all the good stuff. Yeah. It is 6:25. Stay with us. Much more coming up in our last half hour, including more on that nice weather ahead.
Right into the weekend.
That's okay.
Yeah, nobody's complaining.
No complaints here.
Haven't seen temperatures like that for a long time.
Yeah, not at least
all the way across.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. It is 6:38 now. Much more ahead, including a live preview of an auction of Bulls Championship memorabilia.
And on this day, this was the #1 hit. Can you guess the year?
For the past day and a half now.
We can't shut him up. He's gone on and on.
It's 6:41. Much more ahead, including new recommendations when taking calcium supplements in our Health Beat.
I also had the debut of Dennis Rodman's new movie. And then, how much would you pay for a piece of the Bulls championship? We're live with a preview of the Bulls auction.
Is what you drive a reflection?
I can't show you now. The ribbon.
Oh, no, yeah. Is this in white?
Actually, it's the, yes, white.
Are you going to be marking these?
Well, Jordan's line of underwear should be at a store near you very, very soon. Want to sell? Gotta show. If you ever want to own a piece of Bulls history, now is your chance.
That's right. The Chicago Bulls will be auctioning off several pieces of memorabilia from their championship wins for charity. Joining us this morning from the United Center is Dave Curlin, spokesman for the Chicago Bulls. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning to you.
Now, I understand that you've already bought some of these items. Is that correct?
I haven't personally bought them.
Okay.
All these items that you see here are owned by the Bulls.
we had various items donated by the players themselves. And in fact, this banner here right in front of us is actually the main focus of the entire auction. This is the actual banner that hung in the old Chicago Stadium, and it's from our 91-92 championship season. It's a one-of-a-kind. This is the actual banner, so we're really excited about it.
Dave, what's your favorite piece of memorabilia out there?
My favorite piece is the basketball that we have right here. This basketball is signed by the entire Chicago Bulls team from last year, so it's supposedly the greatest team in NBA history, signed by all 15 players that were on the roster. This is just an incredible piece of basketball memorabilia, and we're just really excited about everything we have here.
What do you expect that to go for?
This basketball, I would guess anywhere between a few $1,000s to $10,000 or $15,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money for some of that stuff. Now, where does all this money go?
All the money goes to Charitables. That's the Chicago Bulls Charity Foundation.
It all began 3 years ago. Die jobs on the kids. Now back to you, Bill and Walter.
Thank you very much. And speaking of Bulls shirts, we're going to go out right now to an auction. We're getting ready for an auction. Leslie Hindman joins us right now. Hi, Leslie. How are you?
Bruce, it's Hindman.
That's what I said.
Right.
Hindman.
You got it.
You say potato.
That's right.
No.
I say potato.
Actually, I've talked to you a number of times, and so I totally apologize.
No, I'm used to it.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it right.
Doesn't matter.
But on to the more important things, of course, which you've got an auction coming up on April 12th
right.
of various Chicago Bulls items, and the money will be going to charity.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what you got going there.
It's really great. You'll love it. It's April 12th, as you said, and we've got some things here, actually. We've got a Rodman jersey, which is a neat jersey. We have no idea what these things will sell for, which I think is a lot of fun.
How much do you think something like that would go for, Leslie?
Gosh, maybe $5,000. Who knows? These sports fans are crazy.
Now, that's a road jersey, so you can get a home jersey of Rodman. Anybody can get one, right? But a road jersey, because he throws off those home jerseys, but nobody gets those road ones, so that's great.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
What else you got over
there?
there?
We've got Jordan shoes that were actually game-worn last year.
Well, let's see, they're $200 at the store, so
well, exactly.
The opening bid will start higher than that, huh?
Yeah. A pair like this sold at a charity auction the other day for something like $9,000.
Really?
Yeah.
And those were actually worn by MJ himself, right?
Right.
Right.
Playoff season last year.
You can actually, because they have like the Dr. Scholl pad.
Right.
He's a print, and so
we
you
thought
can tell
they
that's
seemed
authentic.
like they might be a little bit smelly, but that makes them more valuable.
Oh, my goodness, Leslie. And whose are those? Scotties?
These are Scotties. They're enormous.
Unbelievable.
They're
what
great.
Size is
they look
that?
like well-produced.
Is that an 11, 12, what?
15.
12. Come on.
15?
Size 15.
Yeah, that's terrific.
We're going to all put them on later and have our pictures taken.
Well, you're going to get a lot of money, your money's worth when you
And what about
pay
the autographed ball you have there?
The ball is autographed by all of the players last year. Isn't that great?
Right,
and something like that should go for?
Who knows? Probably $10,000, $15,000.
And you can authenticate those signatures, right?
Absolutely. Actually,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Dave Kurland, who put the sale together for the Bulls, for the Charitables, has had all of the people sign these things, and he's actually seen them all sign them.
Leslie,
he hands them to them.
Who comes to an auction like this and bids $9,000 or $10,000 on this sports paraphernalia here? I know it's for a good cause, of course, all of the money going to charity, but who comes?
Great, wonderful sports fans. We sold all of the memorabilia from the old stadium when they tore it down a couple of years ago. And wonderful sports fans, and they just love this stuff. They love the players, and they want to own something. It makes them happy.
Now, Leslie, did you show us that banner behind you?
Yeah. Now, this is really, to me, the major highlight. This is an actual banner. It's a playoff banner that hung in the old Chicago Stadium. And when they moved to the new stadium, these banners from the championship games were too small, so they created new ones.
Where do you put one of those in your house? Unless you have, you live in a hangar at O'Hare Airport.
Well,
or something.
I think actually a lot of people love these so much that they'll design their entire house around this
Right,
stuff.
this would be like a floor covering or something. And speaking of floor coverings, let's forget about the Bulls for a second. I see a beautiful Oriental rug or something like that behind you. Well, just show. Yeah. Well, why don't we take a look at it? What, is everything for sale there, Leslie? I mean, would you sell that?
Well, all of the things that you're looking at now are going to be sold at our painting auction tonight.
Oh, okay. So
but the rug is not for sale, is it, Leslie?
Well, the rug
She'd sell you the floorboard if
it will be.
Yeah.
It will be for sale in one of our upcoming auctions.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. And if Michael Jordan walked on it, it ups the price about 20 grand.
Right.
How about some of the artwork up there?
And the artwork will be sold in our auction coming up tonight, actually.
And this is for...
This is just a regular auction. You know, we have auctions all the time.
Right, this just goes in your pocket tonight, right?
Absolutely, yeah, my pocket and the consigner's pocket.
And, yeah, show us around there. I might want to...
Right.
How about that camera right over there? Or that TV set, that monitor there?
That monitor, that monitor's worth a lot of money.
And in your shop there, it can be sold there, huh?
We can sell anything here.
Everything has a price.
Right.
All right, Leslie, so that auction, that Bulls auction, is April the 12th?
April 12th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
At Solheim Center of Moody Bible Institute.
Bible.
That's located at 930 North Wells Street.
Right.
Tickets are $10, and of course, all that money goes to charity.
Right.
Thanks very much, Leslie.
Thank you.
Hindman. Enjoyed being with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks a lot.
And coming up on Fox Thing in the morning, your instant feedback
on how dare you.
Oh, that's right. What
daring.
The most daring thing you've done. Are you as daring as...
Burns needs blood.
An auction of Bulls memorabilia. Leslie Hindman, the auctioneer, also pretty good at bouncing a basketball right there.
He's got on Dennis Rodman jersey there, a road jersey, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
An autographed ball.
And all the proceeds from this auction will be going to the Charitables charities, and it's April 12th at the Moody Bible Institute.
930 North Wells. Tickets are $10, and all of it goes to charity. It's 8:41 right now. Let's check in with Rick DeMaio again before we get out of here and check on that forecast. Rick.
Yes, thanks.
Amtrak passenger trains.
Wow. Right now, it's 7 minutes after 6. Stay with us because weather and traffic updates are coming up.
Also ahead, a daring escape during a kidnapping attempt.
And a big treat for soap opera fans at a suburban new Planet Hollywood. And later, how much would you pay for a piece of the Bulls championship legacy? We're live at the United Center with a preview of a Bulls auction.
In a Saab 900 5-door, you could take...
To extend the breeding program, further boosting international efforts to save the rare animal. They are just adorable.
But dangerous.
Right, well, you notice the cage, right? As long as the bars are up there, we're okay.
It's 6:20. When we come back, we're going to have a traffic update on your morning rush hour. And also, the stars of an afternoon soap classic help kick off a new suburban Planet Hollywood store.
Hey, I know them. And a preview of a big auction of Bulls memorabilia. A live report next. Of classic soap opera episodes. The half-hour show spotlights the shows from 1970 to 1992, are running each morning at 11 for the next 3 weeks, seen right here on ABC 7.
Oh, it's just not aging at all. It looks the same as I remember growing up.
I know.
Anyway,
it's amazing.
That's the magic of soap operas.
That's right, the magic of television.
It's 24 after, and it might be hard to believe, but this weekend the Chicago Bulls will auction off a sizable portion of its championship legacy, going to the highest bidder.
Everything from Bulls' original championship banners to autographed Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen jerseys will be on the block, and it's all in the name of charity. Joining us this morning is Krista Johnson, spokesperson for Leslie Hindman Auctioneers. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning. Actually, it's Krista.
I'm sorry. That's right. It was
Krista. The whole gallery, right?
That's right. Just take it right over. So now tell me what's going to be going on today and what might we see in terms of Bulls memorabilia?
Well, we're actually having the auction on April 12th at the Solheim Center, which is the auditorium for the Moody Bible Institute. I believe the address is 930 North Wells. The exhibition, which is like a preview where everyone can come in and kind of look through what's going to be at auction, will be open from 11 to 1.
Okay, Krista, we're gonna come back to you. We're gonna work on that audio so we can hear you a little bit better. So we'll check in with you a little bit later in the show.
Because you got some good stuff to tell us about.
We want to
Look
hear
forward to
all
it.
the good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It is 6:25. Stay with us. Much more coming up in our last half hour, including more on that nice weather ahead.
Right into the weekend.
That's okay.
Yeah, nobody's complaining.
No
Yeah,
complaints here.
Haven't seen temperatures like that for a long time.
Yeah, not at least
all the way across.
consistently,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. It is 6:38 now. Much more ahead, including a live preview of an auction of Bulls Championship memorabilia.
And on this day, this was the #1 hit. Can you guess the year?
For the past day and a half now.
We can't shut him up. He's gone on and on.
It's 6:41. Much more ahead, including new recommendations when taking calcium supplements in our health beat.
Also had the debut of Dennis Rodman's new movie. And then how much would you pay for a piece of the Bulls championship? We're live with a preview of the Bulls auction.
Is what you drive a reflection?
Ribbing, I can't show you now. The ribbing.
Is this in white?
Actually, it's the, yes, in white.
Are you going to be marking these?
Well, Jordan's line of underwear should be at a store near you very, very soon. Want to sell? Got it, Joe. If you ever want to own a piece of Bulls history, now is your chance.
That's right. The Chicago Bulls will be auctioning off several pieces of memorabilia from their championship wins for charity. Joining us this morning from the United Center is Dave Curlin, spokesman for the Chicago Bulls. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning to you.
Now, I understand that you've already bought some of these items. Is that correct?
I haven't personally bought them.
Okay.
All these items that you see here are owned by the Bulls. We had various items donated by the players themselves. And in fact, this banner here right in front of us is actually the main focus of the entire auction. This is an actual banner that hung in the old Chicago Stadium, and it's from our 91-92 championship season. It's a one-of-a-kind. This is the actual banner, so we're really excited about it.
Dave, what's your favorite piece of memorabilia out there?
My favorite piece is the basketball that we have right here. This basketball is signed by the entire Chicago Bulls team from last year, so it's supposedly the greatest team in NBA history, signed by all 15 players that were on the roster. This is just an incredible piece of basketball memorabilia, and we're just really excited about everything we have here.
What do you expect that to go for?
This basketball, I would guess anywhere between a few $1,000s to $10,000 or $15,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money for some of that stuff. Now, where does all this money go?
All the money goes to Charitables. That's the Chicago Bulls Charity Foundation. And we support all kinds of funds, such as the James Jordan Boys and Girls Club, different programs throughout the city, late-night basketball program. So it's a lot of worthy causes in Chicago the money's going to go right to.
Now, some items, like you mentioned, like the shoes, were actually worn by Jordan during the playoffs, right?
Right here, these are... Michael wears a different pair of shoes each game, and we played 18 games last year during the playoffs. This is one pair that he actually wore. He did sign it in gold pen here. This could be one of the highlights of that auction. Recently, we had an auction, and a pair of his shoes that were worn during the regular season last year went for $9,000. So we're expecting this to go maybe even higher than that.
Yeah, especially in Japan, where it's really, really hot.
Right.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Good luck with the auction.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes before the hour, much more ahead, including Diane Sawyer decides on her future.
And a soap opera favorite.
One week from tomorrow, the Bulls are putting on a big show at the Moody Bible Institute. It's a memorabilia auction with items from past and present, everything from Bulls shoes to uniforms to championship banners. While the Bulls are the hottest thing going these days in the NBA, off the court, Bulls merchandise remains as popular as ever. Shoes, jerseys, warm-ups, and signed basketballs are some of the collectibles fans are buying. And next Saturday, April 12th, fans have another chance to purchase a prized possession at the Bulls memorabilia auction.
Sports fans are wonderful because they're bidding with their heart. You know, they're buying something not just because it's, you know, collectible and might go up in value. They're buying something because it reminds them of something they love.
With that being the case, we got the lowdown on some of the items available at the auction from Dave Kurland, the team's manager of community services.
Not only is this the biggest item we have this year, this is probably going to be the #1 item at our auction. At our Festivals dinner auction recently, Michael Jordan's game-worn uniform went for $40,000. This banner here could top that. It's a one-of-a-kind banner that's actually hung in the Chicago Stadium. It was hoisted by the team members from the 91-92 NBA championship team on November 2nd, 1992. And this is the premier item. This is why we're doing this entire auction, and this is going to be the #1 hit.
Racing the clock. Jordan for the win. Yes! He did it again! He is now back!
Jordan number 45, pretty rare jersey we have here. When Michael returned to the Bulls after his retirement and his little stint with baseball, he decided to wear number 45. This is an actual game jersey issued from Champion. It is not game worn. Only 2 game worn road jerseys with number 45 are in existence. And as you can see, Michael has signed the jersey under the number 45 on the front.
Got to snap. Here's Paxson to 3. Yes! The Bulls take a 1-point lead.
Here we have something completely different from the items that we have. This goes back 10 years ago. This is actual game-worn shorts by John Paxson. As you can see inside here, the labels indicate that they were made by McGregor Sandnet. Right now, currently, Champion makes the jerseys and the shorts, so this takes you back a little bit. The number 5 is written in by our equipment manager, indicating that it was John's shorts that he wore.
They're going to walk away from here with 70 wins. Pippen holds the ball in the backcourt as it ticks down. The Bulls 70 win. There it is. 70 has become a reality for the Chicago Bulls.
Considered the greatest team in NBA history, the 1995-96 Chicago Bulls team signed this entire ball by all the players. This is an authentic game ball, not game used, and it has a laser engraved Chicago Bulls on here. There are a lot of these balls out there in existence, but this is an autographed ball that is coming directly from the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, a lot of great items, and here are the details once again about the auction. It's again 1 week from tomorrow, April 12th, at the Solheim Center at the Moody Bible Institute, located at 930 North Wells Street in Chicago. Doors open at 11 a.m., and for 2 hours you can view the items being auctioned. Then at 1 p.m., Leslie Hindman Auctioneers will conduct the main event. Tickets are $10. They can be purchased at the door. This auction will raise money for charitables, and it is a Bulls auction, so everything is pretty much guaranteed to be authentic. Everything is guaranteed. Still to come, PJ, Phil Jackson, MJ, Michael Jordan, and LJB, who is the Reverend Lacey J. Banks, plus Norm Van Leer, NVL.
Cereal, April 21st.
Gene Siskel.
I think he hated it.
It gives you pause.
Yes. You've been thinking about that all morning.
Sure have, and I've been thinking about weather first, too. I'm going to tell you about the rain and the snow, Marianne.
Okay. Also coming up next, the chance to buy some one-of-a-kind Bulls memorabilia. How about a Jordan jersey or a ball signed by all the guys on the team? Maybe Scotty shoes? More ahead. And at 7:36 in our medical report, treating psoriasis. Information on one treatment doctors now say you need to avoid.
Next, 36 degrees by noontime, 38 degrees. We should get to rain by the time you head home tonight, maybe back into some snow. This is the NexRad picture right now. The system is certainly expanded as it moves from west to northeast, and we are going to see a little bit of this precip begin to stick as the day progresses and as the precipitation is a little heavier, Marianne. That's a look at weather first this morning.
You know, the Bulls are once again headed to a record-breaking season. That's good news, but the better news is you have a chance to get into the action.
That's right. Today, the Bulls will be auctioning up neat stuff like this. One-of-a-kind memorabilia at the Solheim Center, and that's at the Moody Bible Institute.
And Dave Kurland from the Bulls is with us to tell us all about the auction. Now, this actually benefits a lot of charities.
Right. This is going to benefit our charity foundation, Charitables, and we fund a lot of different organizations in the Chicago area, a lot of different youth groups.
You got some good stuff here. I gotta hold up these shoes. These are very big shoes.
Yeah, these are Scottie Pippen's shoes that he wore during the playoffs last year. They're size 16. That's one of the unique items.
Now, does your neighborhood have to be zoned to actually bring these in? Is this a family dwelling?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Now these are
a big shoe, though.
These are Michael Jordan shoes.
Look at the difference in size.
Now, does he wear a different pair of shoes every game? That's what I've heard.
Yeah, Michael switches shoes each game, and this is one of only 18 shoes that he wore last year during the playoffs.
Now, this has got to be a collector's item.
Yeah, this is when Michael came back from the Bulls. He decided to wear number 45 because his number 23 was retired. This is not game worn, however, there's very few of these made in existence, and Michael was so kind to sign it for us.
This is a real one. You know, for my niece and nephew, I bought like the ones that are sold in the stores. This has a totally different feel to it. This is the real thing.
Well, you guys talk about that other piece.
Yeah,
I want to model this one. What is this that we're looking at?
That's Scottie Pippen's warm-up jacket that he wore during the 1988-89 season.
So it really was worn.
Would you say Scotty and I have a similar build?
Yeah, right. Give or take.
Come on.
He's only 6'7", though.
6'7", and these are the actual uniforms they actually warm up in,
yeah,
correct?
if you look at the buttons on the front, they used to be red, but in fact, they've rubbed off.
Wild. Now, what do people typically pay for things like this?
Well, that's one thing we really don't know, and we're kind of excited. Some of these things could go for a few $100s. Some of them could go for a few thousand.
Now, these are the pants that go. We were on the table here. We will not ask you to try on. These aren't the breakaway ones, though, are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, they are. Those are so cool. Oh, they're Velcro to the. Oh, they're snaps.
Look at that. Yeah.
We will not ask you to try these on because.
I don't think my legs are quite long enough.
I don't think so. You could. I've seen things at charity auctions. Some of these pieces, though, go for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they could. Our biggest item's not even here. It's the championship banner from the 91-92 season.
Right.
And that's one-of-a-kind item, and it could go for $20,000. Who knows? I mean, it's going to be incredible.
Now, we have a phone number we want to put up on the screen, and that's where people can call for more information.
Right.
But there's going to be a viewing period, isn't there, before the auction starts?
Yeah, the auction's actually Saturday. It's going to be Saturday from 11 to 1 o'clock. You can view all the items, and at 1 o'clock we'll start the auction.
And that number is 312-670-0010. Am I right?
That's correct.
That's the Moody Bible Institute, benefiting the charitable's many charities.
Correct.
I know a lot of people that work on big charity auctions in Chicago, and this would be a nice thing to purchase.
Hopefully they'll come out, get a few items, and they can use them to raise money for their charities.
Let's chip in.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
And
Thank
go
you.
Bulls.
All right.
It's hard to be impartial, even though we're supposed to be. When the Bulls are concerned, it's really hard. We hope you'll stay with us. Weather First is just ahead. Also, if your garden's already starting to bloom, oh boy, are we sorry for you. But we do have some advice for you to help you get your plants through this cold spell. Our local top stories.
When they're hot, Bulls Mania sweeping the nation. And of course, everybody wants a piece of the action. But just how far does Bulls Mania stretch? How about Japan?
Well, it is true. And if you're looking for some black and red paraphernalia, Sharon Wright has found just the place to go, the Bulls Charity Auction. Hi, Sharon.
Wow, that's really all you can say. Yeah, they're getting calls from Japan. You're not kidding. This is not your ordinary team, and this is not your ordinary auction. I want to tell you, we've got some items that are truly priceless. Dave Kurland, the Bulls have outdone themselves in pulling together all of this wonderful stuff that is going to be going for the Charity Bulls. And you've got, tell us a little bit about some of this.
Right here, you're holding right there is the championship ball from last year's team.
Well, let me set this down. Let me set this down for a second. This is the championship ball?
This ball is signed by every single player from the championship team last year, from the 72-10 Chicago Bulls. It's considered one of the greatest teams in history, and this is a one-of-a-kind ball.
Shoes?
These are Will Perdue shoes. He no longer plays for the Chicago Bulls anymore, but...
Size?
They're size 19. They're huge. The biggest shoes that we have in this auction this year.
And they're autographed.
Right, they're autographed. These are probably the premier shoes that we have. Michael's game-worn shoes from last year's playoffs. He wears a new pair of shoes every game. This is one of only 18 pair of shoes that he's wore last season.
Dave, let's walk over and talk to Leslie Hindman, who is actually conducting this auction. And Leslie, I'll bet you're saying this could be $10,000 just for
Absolutely.
Jordan shoes?
We've already had calls from all over the country for those shoes, and I think they'll probably sell for around $10,000.
You are saying that this is really an extraordinary auction, even some of the most extraordinary auctions you have conducted.
It really is. And you know, look at this, for example. This is a banner that actually hung in the Chicago Stadium. It was the original banner for the championship that was won in 1991-92, and the Bulls organization is selling this for charity.
David, you know, when you talk about some of these items, has a team ever done this before? We are looking at some jerseys and a piece of sculpture.
This is the first time we've actually held an event like this. We do hold an auction every spring, but it's a closed auction. It's not open to the public. This is the first time we're pulling out these championship banners. We don't think we're going to ever do this again. We don't know, and we're really excited about this one-time event.
Leslie, you said truly we've gotten calls from all over the world.
From Japan, and a lot of people obviously from different parts of this country, but the interest is phenomenal because it's hard to find things like this. They're great collectibles.
People are actually going to be able to come in and check all of these items out pre-auction, what, 11 to 1?
Yep, 11 o'clock. The auction begins at 1 o'clock. It's at the Solheim Center at Moody Bible at 930 North Wells, and there's a $10 admission fee, which also goes to charity.
If you're a Bulls fan, or even if you aren't a Bulls fan, and who isn't, this is the place to be this Saturday. Reporting live from the Solheim Center at Moody Bible School, Sharon Wright, NBC5 News, back to you.
Sharon, thanks a lot. And just for our viewers, once again, we want to remind you that that auction is today at the Solheim Center, 930 North Wells. And if you want information, you can call them, 312-455-4226.
It is 9:27 ahead in our next half hour. Going to your high school reunion is a nightmare for most of us.
Today, with the proceeds going to the Charitables, a group that gives money to various charities in the Chicago area. One-of-a-kind Bulls memorabilia on the block today. The items included the 91-92 season NBA Eastern Conference and Central Division banners hung in the Chicago Stadium. There are Michael's shoes, a basketball autographed by all the players on last year's championship team. Bet those items brought in some great dollars for charity.
Maybe it might rub off into the Cubs or something. Anything we're searching for.
Bulls is a hot item these days and apparently able to fetch big bucks. Part of history went on the auction block today to the highest bidder. The team's original 1991-92 NBA championship banner fetched the most, bringing in $34,000. In all, the auction raised more than $100,000 for charity. You know, Tom,
today, this afternoon, raising more than $100,000 for charity at an auction of Bulls memorabilia.
$34,000, bidding $36,000, sir. It's for charity.
And sold it was for $34,000. What possibly could fetch that much money? The Bulls' first World Championship banner from the fabled 91-92 season, a banner which hung in the old Chicago Stadium. And guess what? It went to a New Yorker.
Hanging in my, my display room with all my other items. I'm a pretty big Jordan collector. There's a lot of his rookie shirts. I have his North Carolina shirt, his rookie shoes. So it'll just be a good collection.
The only way a championship banner is going to New York is if a New Yorker buys it from the Bulls. A ball signed by all the players went for $1,400. A never-worn number 45 Michael Jordan jersey for $3,000. And a pair of Air Jordan shoes worn in one of last year's playoffs games. That's the one on the left. Pulled in $6,500. Scotty's on the right, by the way, fetched just $1,200. You know,
For $2,000, who's bidding $2,000?
An auction of Bulls memorabilia fetched more than $100,000 for the team's charitable organizations. Items on the block included shoes worn by some of the Bulls players, as well as basketballs, autographed by the record-setting 1996 championship team. The priciest piece was a banner from the Bulls' first championship season in 1991. There it is. That item sold for $34,000.
We've assembled 43 items today of all kinds of memorabilia, one-of-a-kind pieces. We're really excited about it. We have a lot of different things that a lot of people have come all the way across the country to come purchase.
The Bulls' second championship banner went for a mere $11,500.
spend at a Bulls memorabilia auction? Well, you're going to find out. At a charity auction today at the Moody Bible Institute, some one-of-a-kind items went on sale, and they did not go cheap.
850, we bid 900. 950, we bid $1,000.
Want a piece of Chicago Bulls memorabilia? Be ready to pay up.
$1,400, and you're going $1,500, sir. I have $1,400 to the gentleman then.
Dozens of items donated by the team went on the block to raise money for the Charitables. Get it? Charitables? And if you're a Bulls fan, some of these items are like the Holy Grail, including several pairs of Michael Jordan shoes.
We have Michael's game-worn shoes that he wore in the playoffs last year, and a lot of people are aware of that Michael wears a new pair of shoes every game, and the shoes that we have here are one of 18 shoes that he wore last year.
And not just Michael's shoes.
Oh, wow, check it out. Oh, Dennis Rodman shoes.
The people who are here tend to be very serious bidders. We thought there might be, hundreds of people who are just spectators, but as it seems right now, it's pretty serious bidders, real collectors.
They better be. For instance, the hottest item, a championship banner that once hung from the rafters of Old Chicago Stadium. And bidding was furious.
Am I right, bidding $16,000, 16, bidding $17,000, bidding $18,000, bidding $19,000, bidding $20,000.
It came down to two men, one on the phone with a client, the other representing himself. Bidding big.
At $34,000 to you, sir. Fair warning. Sold for $34,000.
And the winning bidder, Ernie Provetti, a diehard Bulls fan.
Pretty big Jordan collector. I have a lot of his rookie shirts. I have his North Carolina shirt, his rookie shoes. So it'll just be a good collection.
And guess what, fans? Ernie's from New York. By the way, Michael's playoff shoes went for $6,500, and all the auction raised more than $102,000 for charity.
Now, do they get both shoes for the $6,500?
You get both shoes.
Wow.
And the playoff shoes, the regular season shoes, went for about $1,000 less than the playoff shoes.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
And the odor eaters come inside.
He only wears them once.
So they don't smell?
No.
And who cares if they do? They're Michael's shoes.
It's Michael's.
Wow. Okay.
Be a much better act. Don't let this affect your career, Larry. You'll still... Thank you, Paul. Every year, Bulls fans get a chance to own a piece of their favorite team.
For $2,000, who's bidding $2,000?
Last year's Bulls auction featured everything from shoes worn by Michael and Scotty to autographed basketballs, championship banners. More than $100,000 was raised for Bulls charity. Now, the Bulls hope to raise even more money at this year's auction. Here to tell us more is Dave Kurland, Manager of Community Service for the Chicago Bulls. Good morning, David. Nice to see you. Good morning. Now, tell us about the different charities that this money goes to.
Well, all the money is going to go to Charitables, which is a Bulls charity, and then we fund a variety of different programs.
Okay, community programs throughout the city.
Right.
Okay, let's start with these right here.
These are Scottie Pippen shoes, worn a game this year, and he was nice enough to give us his shoes that we're going to auction off. This is going to be a hot item because Scotty didn't play in very many games this season.
Mm-hmm. And what do you hope to get with these? How much?
I would estimate anywhere between maybe $1,500 and $2,000.
Wow. And these are huge. What size are these?
These are size 16.
My goodness.
Scotty has a big foot.
Okay, what do we have here?
This right here, this is a sweat jacket worn by Horace Grant during one of his rookie year.
Okay.
And this used to be white. Now it's kind of an off cream
It's faded
color.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, let's see, what size is it? This is a 46, so that's not too bad. You could wear this, out to dinner or something. This signed by the whole team, I would imagine?
Right, this is signed by the 95-96 team, the team that won 72 games.
Great.
So this is kind of a history, NBA history ball.
What do you hope this will fetch?
I would expect this was going to get a lot of money, anywhere between maybe $3,000 and $5,000.
Right, put that in a little plastic glass case
Right.
or something like that. And let's see, these are Michael's. Got 23 in the back.
One of only two items that we have by Michael. This is a pair of his game-worn shoes he wore last year. And we expect that this will be a hot item this year for this auction.
Give me a guess on what this will fetch.
Boy, I don't know. Last year they went for about $5,000.
Really?
$6,000.
And I think he usually doesn't wear the same pair of sneakers twice. He wears them and then he for charity.
He probably wore those shoes once.
Right. Very nice. You want to smell? What do we got here? This is an old one.
This is kind of one of our vintage pieces, going through some of our storage area, we came across this. This is John Paxton's warm-up jacket that we don't even know the year, because when they were made by Rawlings at the time, they didn't indicate years as these other pieces do. So we're estimating this is around 1985, 1986.
Excellent. And what do you hope to fetch with this?
I have no idea, because we've never really done something like this. So
great. And now anybody can walk into the auction?
Anybody can walk in.
Excellent. Well, it's at Sotheby's, 1 p.m. Sotheby's, Chicago, 215 West Ohio, April 4th at 1 p.m. And David, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that stuff by. Very cool. And stay with us.
You don't want anybody to use this word in a way that would really be mean-spirited. I don't think it was if he did use it. More to come. The weather update. Cooler and wet. Rick will be here in 2 minutes.
And also, we'll head out to the Bulls locker room at the United Center to have coffee with the man who organized the upcoming Bulls auction at Sotheby's. To show us what's for sale. We'll be right back.
We're going to the Bulls locker room this morning, and Sotheby's is going to have a big auction of Bulls memorabilia. We've got
Saturday.
That's right. And we've got a preview for you. Here are a couple of the items going, and let's talk to the manager of community services for the Bulls, Dave Kurland, about it all. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing?
We're doing good. And tell us about, first, what is going to be in the auction? All of these things we see here this morning?
Yeah, we have, well, actually, this is just some of the items that we have. Most of the items it's going to be approximately 30 items that we're having, all ranging from the history of the Bulls within the past 10 years. A lot of unique things. We have a couple shoes worn by some players, Scottie Pippen shoes, Michael Jordan shoes. But the main focus of the auction is going to be the World Championship banners from the 92-93 season.
So the players will be going barefoot for a few games to work with this auction.
And Dave, where's the money going?
All the money is going to go to Charitable, which is the Chicago Bulls Charity Foundation.
And can anybody go to this auction and bid? How does that work?
Yeah, this is open for anybody literally in the world who wants to come and bid on a piece of Bulls history.
And now, the jerseys that we were looking at just a couple of seconds ago, are these valuable? I mean, aren't there many jerseys that look just like these? What makes these valuable?
Well, these jerseys, you're right, these jerseys are not game-worn. Some of them are difficult to purchase. You can't just go out in the store and get jerseys anywhere you want. A lot of the other stuff that we have right behind me is, this is a sweat jacket worn by John Paxton in probably his first year with the Bulls. This is impossible to find. So we have a lot of rare items here for the auction.
And do you have any of those banners that you were talking about?
We have a banner right here on the floor in front of me.
The jerseys that were game-worn are going to go for the big bucks, right?
Right. We do have a couple, we have a lot of stuff that's game-worn. Some of them are jerseys. Most of the stuff we have are like sweats and shoes.
Now, you mentioned that anybody in the world can participate. You want to clear this up because the auction is at Sotheby's at 215 West Ohio Street in Chicago from, let's see, is it the afternoon of April 4th, Saturday?
Yeah, the auction's going to be at 1 o'clock. We're going to have an exhibition of all the items at 11 o'clock. So you'll have about 2 hours to come take a look at everything. We do have catalogs printed up that people around the world can actually get a catalog and put in an absentee bid if they're not able to literally make the auction itself.
All right, and we'll run down the phone number and the date of the auction and everything again for people who missed it in just a second. By the way, it's nice to be here in the locker room. Is there anything that's usually off limits that we can poke around in this morning, Dave?
Well, you can take a look at Michael's locker. Most people don't get an opportunity to see his locker without him standing in front of it.
Oh, very nice.
Let's bust the lock. What's in the lock part?
Oh, what's in there?
Oh, that's where he keeps shoes or different things that he'll have for the game.
Uh-huh.
Most of the players lock things up.
And then the bag?
In the net?
The net, that's more or less personal equipment.
Really?
Okay. Wait,
Forget the slippers. Let's go back to the bag.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see through.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what that is. That's sort of boys' gym class personal equipment, isn't it?
Right.
All right, get out of it. Get away from the bag. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks,
We're
Dave.
so nosy.
Here comes the box of mugs. I want you to have a coffee cup for telling us about the big Bulls auction. That's going to be April 4th, Saturday at Sotheby's, and that's a mug from the investment company of Edward Jones. And I guess a lot of these items, wow, is that the championship ring you've got there, Dave?
Yeah, championship ring from the fourth championship.
That's also part of the auction, or is that your personal belonging?
This is my personal ring.
Okay.
It's a good investment, and we'll run down those numbers for people. Thanks, Dave, from the United Center Bulls locker room this morning.
Thank you.
All right, here's the phone number to call for more information, and I guess if you want one of those catalogs as well, you can contact the Bulls. It's the 312 area code 455-4226. Once again, in the 312 area code 455-4226. And that auction Saturday, April 4th at Sotheby's, which is at 215 West Ohio Street, 736. We'll be right back.
It's going to be on display tomorrow, and some lucky fans may even be able to buy a piece of it. An auction of team memorabilia that will help raise money for charity.
Blocked by Horst. Picked up by Villanova. The Bulls win the championship.
When the Chicago Bulls won the NBA championship in 1993, the Bulls marked the historic victory against the Phoenix Suns with this banner.
These were the actual banners that hung in the old stadium that no longer exist. So it's kind of one of the last memories of the old stadium.
And now someone will be able to buy this banner because it's one of 33 Bulls items that will be auctioned off for charity this Saturday at Sotheby's in Chicago. Incidentally, a banner auctioned off last year brought in $35,000.
We're hoping to raise as much as we did last year. And last year we raised $105,000.
Other items on the block include jerseys autographed by Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
This item right here is probably one of the more unique items that we have.
And here's some things to jog memories. John Paxson's jacket from 1985. Or how about Horace Grant's warm-up suit from 1988?
This ball is from last year, the 1996-97 season.
Some of the more sought-after items, signed basketballs. Also shoes actually worn during games by Scottie and Michael.
This is the backdrop that was used during the 1997 NBA Finals. This is a one-of-a-kind piece.
It was used for player interviews, and because it's so unusual, it could bring in more than $500. Yes, the prices are steep, but the entry to the auction's free, and families are welcome to come and watch.
I think it's just going to be a fun event, and even if you don't think you can purchase something, to be there and to see it, and it is part of Bulls history.
Well, the money raised at the auction, and it could be considerable, will go to Bulls charities, including the Boys and Girls Clubs, the Chicago Park District, and the Special Olympics. The auction is at Sotheby's in Chicago. That's 215 West Ohio Street. The items will be on exhibit tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, and the bidding will start promptly at 1 p.m. Good.
And for the right price.